Welcome back to Greenlands and a very snowy January. And I think today we are basically going to work on progressing through until probably the later part of February. Hopefully the weather will be a bit better and we can then get on with some field work. So let's roll the intro and start getting some stuff done. So the first thing that I want to do is get the BGA filled back up with sugar beets. We have run out, or the BGA has run out. Both of the silage fermenters have now finished fermenting the maize silage that we chopped earlier in the year, or last year in fact now. We still have quite a lot of beets to get through, so we're going to get some more of those into the BGA. I could probably return this thing now and just use a trailer, but it works quite well. It's quite nice for keeping the BGA full. And I believe I need to turn on the conveyor belt. So we'll get that switched on. And yeah, this one works very quickly. It is a modified one off of King's Mods, and what I like about it is it picks stuff up off the floor, so it saves a piece of kit basically. Let's try not to back through the wall. And yeah, we're gonna get the BGA going again, check on all our animals, check on the few productions that we have around the yard. Obviously in the last episode we got rid of the armor salmon beet cleaner. I was just kind of fed up of having to deal with processing that as well. It's not something that would keep running if you weren't near it, so yeah. So all of these are off because they're empty. The biomass heating plant, we could put some more wood chips in that. The sugar and dairy and stuff are going just fine. The solid fertilizer plant is full, so we will put that to selling to get that emptied out. And we are still on distributing, and we still have 250,000 litres of digestate. So that's pretty much full, so I think we can just leave that to sit there. We'll switch it off, we'll save on the diesel, and we'll come back and refill that later. We want the telehandlers, so we can put some wood chips in the biomass heater, and then we will check on the animals to see if they need feeding. And then I'm probably just going to start skipping days, I think. We don't want to be doing any field work in the snow particularly. We don't desperately need to be doing any field work, so... And I would just like to progress time on here a bit. Like I was saying in the last video, I want to get forwards into doing next year's or this year's field work. Feels like we've been at this a while, and you know, we're still in... Well, we've just progressed into January, but you know, we've not done half a year yet. We've done about half a year maybe. So yeah, it would be good to just progress time forward so we can start working on recycling all the fields, getting all the crops planted, and making some more money. So one thing that I would really like to see in FS22 is more of a breakdown. I don't know if there's a mod to do it. If there is, let me know, of how much money each production is making me. Because I have a lot of productions that, you know, like the BGA is making money selling all the electricity and stuff. The biomass heating plant is making money by burning the wood chips for me. And I just don't know what each one is making. I could work it out, I guess, but I don't feel like doing that. So it would be nice to have a slightly more detailed breakdown of the accounts. And another interesting, I've just watched DJ Goham's Farm Sim News, or some of it. I don't watch all of his videos because he is a bit loud for my sensitive brain. Brilliant guy. Don't get me wrong, he's a brilliant guy. He's given me a lot of really good advice lately. Really friendly, really approachable, I have found. But what he was talking about, I posted it in my Discord about Blauern not being able to release the Voucher T series that they've done. Basically, Giants have said that at the moment they cannot release it, and the kind of the tinfoil hat, it's not really that tinfoil hatty. So those cows are okay. We could give the dairy cows some more food and maybe another bale of straw, and we could give the sheep some more hay. So let's do that. The theory is that the reason that they don't want to release voucher content is that maybe there is some sort of voucher DLC coming. Whether that is a free DLC like the AGI pack, don't know, but that would be really cool. I didn't use them a lot in FS19, but I did like the vouchers. I really like the reverse steering option that the vouchers have. I found that really cool on. I used it on Charwell, and I really liked it. Made a really nice mowing tractor. But yeah, it'd be really cool if we're going to get another DLC or free DLC pack or content drop or whatever that includes vouchers. And then hopefully we can get that really cool looking mod from Bowen. Right, so that's the sheep done. I'm just leaving the wool to stack up. We're basically waiting for a good price, which is a way off because it's winter time. So TMR next, or we could do straw next actually while we've got the telehandler out. Let's do that. Hopefully we can spawn a straw bale with the snow on the ground. Probably only need the one straw bale, I think, at this point. And do we? Yeah, we still have the class on the straw blower. Cool. Slightly overkill, I suspect. Class 6600 on a straw blower, but you know, it was the tractor that I grabbed at the point I wanted to do some straw blowing last time. We've still got a lot of hay, so I think first cut is definitely going to be silage on here, probably to feed into the VGA, because we need to make money. Put that away now. Let's tuck that in the sugar beet shed for now. Actually, it probably won't last, but I am ahead on my recording. I am away, have been away for the weekend. Hopefully it was a successful weekend away. You probably find future me might be talking about it because I'm recording the intro before the weekend, because there's probably a good chance I'll be doing some gaming over the weekend on my laptop. But yeah, future me might be talking to you about the weekend away. Mention it on this weekend's multiplayer with, or the multiplayer that's just been released previously at the weekend with Cartech. Because I have to remember that although I'm recording this on Wednesday, you won't see this until basically a week from now, I think. So yeah, time travel again. Yeah, I'll get some nice amount of straw in there. Don't know if I said in the last video because I can't remember if I was running it at that point. I am running the manure fix mod on here now, so we should be getting a lot more manure coming out. I'm not sure if that means we're going to use more straw as well, but I'm not worried if we do because we use barely any straw in FS22. Let's put this away and we'll jump in the feed mixer. Some feed mixed up. And then yeah, at that point we will I'll jump into time-lapse mode and also just skipping days. I want the feed mixer over here. That's where I was standing. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be showing you next because I haven't done it yet. That makes sense. might be into spring and doing some spring field work. I just don't know. And hopefully we can get this about 50% full fairly easily. We are, yeah, still got 360,000 litres of silage in here. There we go. Switch that off. And we'll go get some mineral feed, and then we'll get some hay. Oh, that quiet moment was hopefully where I have edited out a sneeze. Coffee kind of thing. And not the good kind of coffee. So if we go to about... Yeah, that'll do. We need a little bit. And then we'll fill the rest with hay. And we know next time, because I haven't forgotten already, to go around the door this way to put the TMR in. Make sure we are on the correct tip side. Okay, let's give the girls some TMR. Actually quite nice to have fed them 2 episodes in a row. Almost feels excessive to have to feed your cows once a month. Okay, I wonder if we can drive straight through. So it's hitting something on there, but it did let us. Just want to check how much milk. Are there only on 5,000 litres there? Because we sold milk last time, didn't we? So awesome. Animals all fed, so let's get this parked up. And future me will be with you doing something in a little while. And here I am, and again it's very future me. I recorded the start of this video a week and a half ago, and then if you're a regular to the channel, you'll know Maize Plus happened. And so I spent last week learning about how to play with Maize Plus, thanks to getting an early preview version from the Alien Pool. And that's why there weren't very many videos last week. This week I'm going to try and produce kind of a normal amount. So I have placed a sell everything point up here at the grain mill so that we can sell the production stuff, mainly the chocolate, because the chocolate we can't sell at the sell point on the map, but I'm using it for everything now. Excuse me, just because it's easy. I'm going to get all the sugar sold, and I sold the pig food. I didn't plan to, but I'm not too bothered about that. And then we're going to just press ahead into late February and get some field work done. I want to get some fertilizing done, get some manure spread, get some slurry spread, and some digestate spread ready for planting in March. So we're at the store. We're going to lease a big Roland manure spreader. It's probably a bit excessive actually, but I thought it would be fun. We haven't got that much manure. We've only got 70,000 litres of manure. I have got the manure fix running on here, but we still haven't got that much yet. I guess that's because I haven't had it on for that long, because it hasn't been released for that long. Maize Plus will fix that anyway. You don't need the manure fix and Maize Plus running. You get a much better amount of manure with Maize Plus. So anyway, what I'm going to do, because it's February, so the ground might be a bit soft, we're going to stick the jewels back on, which is going to make it fun to maneuver, and we're going to put a bit of weight on the back. Just to give us a bit more, spread the load a little bit, and maybe putting weight on the back was a bit dumb, but anyway, refueled, and I'm going to grab the telehandler so we can load up. I was going to be lazy and use the auto fill with the trigger, but it didn't seem to want to work, so yeah. doing it the old-fashioned way. Just want to say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate the support that all of you give me. And if you're interested on Patreon, if you go for the second tier or above, there is an exclusive Let's Play on there on furling, with some slightly different sort of different style that I'm playing how I normally play. What I'm doing is leaving in some of the random stuff that happens. So in one of them I couldn't get one of the triggers to work, so I show all the stuff where I try and go into Giant's editor and mess about and fix it. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, or if you just want to support the channel a bit more, head on over to Patreon. There is a link below. And also, yeah, I think it's the £5 or above tier. You also get to have some creative input when I'm creating new series and that kind of thing. And I do ask for questions and stuff, and show off some of the things that I'm working on in the background. Obviously, YouTube channel members still get the same stuff. They still get the mentions in the videos, and there is a Discord channel, role and channel for people who support the channel. So whether that is through Patreon or YouTube membership or other gifts and donations to the channel. And sorry for the little marketing bit, but I've got to try. Anyway, into manure spreading, and I've basically got the manure spreader set on auto, so it's adding whatever Giants think is a sensible amount of manure to add to the ground, independent of crop type. So hopefully I want to try and get this field and the field above us spread with manure. I'm sorry, I've forgotten what crops I plan to put in here. What I will say is that we're probably going to be changing our planting plans a little bit, based on Maize Plus and kind of how much feed we're going to need to produce. If you want some insight into Maize Plus, obviously there are the Thursday streams that I do with the Alien Pool. Maybe not, obviously, depends if you use them. And hopefully starting this week, if we've got it all set up in time, we're going to be doing a series together on Calmsden. So Paul will be streaming it on a Thursday. I will be on the stream with him, chatting like I normally do, but also attempting to drive tractors and things. I'm going to be recording that separately and producing a probably edited version. If I don't get time, I might just upload the whole thing from sort of my view from the farm. So that'll give you a bit of an insight into precision farming. You'll get to see Paul try and cope with my awful driving, and yeah, I think it's going to be fun. Which is one thing that slightly amuses me is I used to get requests in the past to play multiplayer with random people, and I always said I don't do multiplayer, mostly because like when I'm pretty much all of the farm sim that I play is recording content. When I'm making a video like this, I could be recording in 5 or 10 minute chunks. I could be recording for 2 hours, and I could be recording that at 4:30 in the morning, or I could be recording it at any random time through the day. So yeah, that doesn't really work. And then now I have competitive multiplayer with Cartech. We are both quite lucky in that we have quite flexible schedules to fit that in. And then, yeah, obviously I've been joining the Alien Pools streams now for quite a while. And finally, we are going to do some stuff together, which is going to be cool. Yes, it's still running the spreader on auto. I think in the end I have to turn it. Actually, I think I turn it down and then back up, because basically I want to empty the manure pit. And then I could feed it into the BGA, but what I'm going to do is just let it fill up for the year again, and we'll do the same thing come spring next year. Or maybe autumn, we'll chuck some manure on the fields to kick off the fertilization. It was kind of cool doing field work again. It feels like because it's winter, and that's actually no. The last 2 videos have been field work, really, because they've been me making the mega field. It feels nice to be on the farm doing prep for planting. basically. Next video we have a bit more digestate to spread, but we should be in March and we should be getting crops in the ground, which is really good because it means we're going to be progressing. And so yeah, I've turned down the nitrogen application now. This is the last of the manure, 20,000 litres, and then we'll be done. So hopefully this will get us something on the fields. Yeah, you could just do this the easy way and get a seeder with fertilizer application built in and do it all in one hit. My plan, I think, certainly for things like the wheat, barley and oats, is to do this base fertilization and then leave them to get to a growth state where I can try out the crop scanner again and see if we see any difference. That's my plan. Don't know if it'll work. I might get bored and just get the solid first spreader out. Some crops we're probably just going to do that anyway. No, I didn't go through the hedge. Maybe I did. Yeah, so it's things like the potatoes and the poplar and things like that. We'll probably get the solid first spreader out of those. Don't? Yeah, poplar does need fert. I was thinking of grapes and olives, which don't. If you're wondering what's happened to the plan to do a vineyard, I can't afford it at the moment. Just dumping out the contents of the fert spreader. Yeah, maybe in year 2 we'll think about that. I guess this is technically year 2. You know what I mean? After this year's harvest, maybe we'll think about doing some grapes. Just getting everything cleaned up, ready to return the spreader, and then we can park the class up. I need to make some space in the shed. Considering how big this yard is, I do struggle for shed space, but I do have an awful lot of kit. Probably more than I would normally. I'd probably normally lease a forage harvester, for example. I wouldn't generally. I say that. I own one on Calmston as well. Ignore me. Anyway, we're going to get the tractors repaired because I'm really bad at repairing tractors, so probably a good point to get them all repaired. And we're going to grab both slurry tankers and going to set up some auto drive. The Deutz is going to run on auto drive and do this field, and then I'm going to jump in the T7 and do field 75 next to it. And hopefully that way we'll get to see a couple of tractors working in the fields. I do like trying to have a little bit of that going on. I've not done it. I guess we have done it because we've done all the follow me stuff. Yeah, I kind of like to see that kind of thing. I need to fix that bit of the auto drive route because it seems to have gone into a random shed. Although there was a way for it to get to where it needed to go to, it wasn't particularly direct. So we're just going to link up the route into the yard to the route to the mini BGA fill point, and then the same for the route out. We'll link that up, and we're using the curve feature in auto drive. If you're curious how that works, I have a video for it. So the Deutz should be filling up. We're going to jump in the T7, and so I was going to auto drive this, but then decided I had to refuel it and repair it, and I decided that actually I'm going to drive this one because that gives me something to do and not just watch. The repair bills have been horrendous, but hey. So the Deutz is doing the field across the road. Just need to set up course plate for that, and then we can link the two together. So the way I did this is I set up a standard course play course, put it on first waypoint, and then I actually initiated it through auto drive. So I stopped course play, made sure that I had the little course play icon in auto drive highlighted, and then hit go on auto drive. And because the tank was full, it handed over to course play and cracked on with getting that done. Whew, that was a lot of talking. So yeah, I'm in the T7 now, and again I'm just letting it do automatic application, and it's applying quite a lot of nitrogen, and probably more than I would have expected, but that's a good thing. That's going to save us money on solid fert in the end, although we're making solid fert from the digestate. I've not done the maths to work out for units of nitrogen whether it is cheaper to apply solid fert or apply digestate. I just wanted to have some fun using the slurry tankers. I would guess because the solid fertilizer production is very cheaty, so you can see the Deutz is headed back, and so are we. So we're going to let him pull out in front, I think. I didn't gun it past him. Yep. So they're off to the BGA to fill up. We have some slurry, so I'm going to fill up with slurry so we're not waiting. But yeah, saying because the fertilizer production is quite cheaty, it's 2 litres of digestate produces a litre of fertilizer. I think probably you'd get the best nitrogen value by going solid fert from that. But this is how I like playing with precision farming. So I like doing a layer of organic, I guess you'd call it organic fertilizer. And then doing whatever chemical fert afterwards. Sorry, I got confused because I just had a door go in the house, but no one's home. Guess it was the wind. Anyway, that's kind of thrown me a little bit. It was in full flow then. But yeah, I was going to say it up nitrogen level, but no, it's still on automatic. As the soil type varies, it seems to be applying a bit more. In the past, when I've done, I guess in FS19, when I've done this kind of thing, I would always manually control it, because I would like to go quite heavy on the organic fertilizer to minimize the bill for the chemical fertilizer. But left it on auto, and we're going to grab some digestate because the Deutz is still busy. I think it's just slowly getting towards empty, so we hopefully we can get through, yep, before the Deutz needs to go off to fill up. This works so well. I've really enjoyed using this. So there goes Hilly Farms off to fill up. It's really weird actually the way the interaction works between the two. It seems to dismiss the courseplay worker, create a new worker to do auto drive, dismiss the auto drive worker, create a new one to restart courseplay. Not complaining about that, it's just kind of unusual. I would have thought it would have kept the same worker all the way through, but obviously it's making my life much easier because it's saving me a field to spread, and we have quite a lot of, I'm just thinking actually we don't have that many fields to do. We have the big field 61, 62 you can see up on the hill with the lime on it, and we have a field over behind our grass fields towards, when I turn around, towards the left of where we're headed now, that also needs some fertilizer on it. I think that's it. We need to get another load. But yeah, we've produced so much digestate from all the stuff we've put through the BGA that we really don't have a problem for fertilizing, and probably going to go back to selling fertilizer. So what I was doing through the winter is I had the BGA set on distributing because it would send digestate to the fertilizer production. Oh, we've got great demand for milk, and we have some milk, so I'm just going to do this bit, and then we're going to go and sell some milk. So just filling up, because if we get enough money, I don't know if we will, we could make a big £500,000 payment off the loan. So the loan's sitting at 9.5 million at the moment, and that would be pretty insane if we could knock it down to 9 million. So I was going to wait for the Deutz then, but changed my mind. Torian Modding was hesitating a bit, so clearly they wanted us to go through first. And we are off to the, I think it's the Greenlands auction centre, so it's just behind the animal dealer, and we'll sell the nearly 40,000 litres of milk that we've got. I have resprayed the tanker to match the truck slightly more. So we're going to pay $250,000 off the loan, so we're down to 9.25, which is pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with that. You know, we're not through the first year of gameplay yet, and we are making progress. And I'm going to say now, thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button, leave me a comment. If you've watched this far and you're not already, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you next time on Greenlands.